Okay, can you hear me well? Okay, I should probably quit the stream. Okay, I'll just mute it on my screen. This is, well, technically not the first time I'm streaming, but, last time happened when I was, like, a literal child, so, yeah. I guess you could say the first time, like, streaming for real. I'm currently thinking about whatever the hell I even want to stream, so, my current plan overall is to just, first of all, I could just make a little Q&A in a way, and then I can just open a random textbook and we can solve stuff together. That's my current plan because everything else that I have thought about it doesn't make a lot of sense in this context. Quickly coming on to be the first viewer. That's just being a dedicated viewer. Oh, I could. Oh, of course you're going to give me a GregTech copy pasta. Couldn't expect the less from iCubed. I'm going to open the chat on my phone real quick and then I can actually begin the stream. Because I don't want to constantly alt-tab between the windows. No way, yeah? Bro is real. No, I'm actually an AI that is generating content in live mode. Was that not obvious? Okay, I got the comments on my phone screen. Now, hello there, hi Amori. I can finally begin live mod ASMR. I expected less people. This is like a surprising amount of activity. Okay, so what I'm thinking is we can begin with like a simple Q&A of a sort. We can also just stream Garlic Phone or something in my server. And I also plan to solve a little bit of math problems in live mode. I have been thinking of either opening good old Werner Grab's linear algebra or going for rooting, but mind you that I have struggles with rooting, so that might be problematic. Okay, now I think I won't switch from intermission window for now. I can just hide the text because let's begin by something like Q&A, yeah? Purely because I think it will make sense to do that at the start. Actually, no, there are way too little people as of now, so we can just silly around. Hello, hey. So let's begin by just... Yeah, sure, that works. I think we can begin with just opening a random textbook and solving a few problems, and then we can actually have a Q&A, yeah, when more people join. Okay, I'm opening linear grabber. Got my paper and pen ready to do maths for real. Hello, Natavi. Okay, yeah. I opened Learn and Grab. If I were entirely honest, I'm not sure if I will be able to solve a bunch of stuff here. So you might want to help me, or just face me struggling in live mode. That'll be funny, I think. And finally, just in a second, I'm actually gonna turn thing on. Okay. Yeah, okay. I just casually leaked my father's name. Amazing. I might have to cut that part of stream out. Okay. Well, anyways, back to actually solving problems. What the fuck? Your Russian is so fluent. What's your native language? My native language is Russian. Okay, let's finally go and solve something because this is getting annoying. I'm fairly certain I did this one for a video, so not that's for sure. Consider the pairs psi and phi in parts A, B, C of problems 2 and 3. Decide in each case if psi can be factored over phi or if phi can be factored over psi. I don't like this circling between problems. I don't want to go and check what the hell is happening in 2 and 3 because they're just simple. Just have to deal with this. I wish I have time to focus on learning math for fun again, no joke. Imagine not being stuck on a single exercise for fun. Well, it couldn't be me. I have a problem for the viewers while Rupert is selecting one. I have a problem too. You know what, let's go back to vector spaces. Because I solved a lot of stuff here already. Topology, I'll be honest with you, I did not review this paragraph purely because I have no clue about any advanced topology. I just skipped it over because it's not necessary for the latter part. So let's go back to dimension. And let's go grab something from here. And this one sounds interesting. Let E be an n-dimensional real vector space and E1 be an n-1 dimensional subspace denoted by E1, the set of all vectors x belonging to E which are not contained in E1. Define an equivalence relation in E1 as follows. Two vectors x belongs to E1 and y belongs to E1 are equivalent if the straight segment xt equals 1 minus tx plus ty is disjoint to E for t between 0 and 1. Wrote that there are precisely two equivalence classes. That's actually an interesting one. I might do this one actually. Why do you never do geometry? I'm really bad at geometry, that's why. Like, absolutely abhorrent at geometry. Whenever I try to do even like school geometry, I just freeze for a second, I have to think about it. Rupert, can you solve a problem of you not having a GF? I can't solve that, I'm sorry. That's like... This is basically Riemann hypothesis type of stuff. I'm not doing that in a century, okay? Millions of mathematicians have been struggling with this. Why should I win? Brother, I'm cooked. There is no answer. Mid. What am I even watching? That's a good question. Anyways, shut up, Sagitari. No, shut up. Why no graph theory? I have never cared to actually review how it works. My current, like, aspect of study is mostly real analysis and linear algebra. What was that laugh? Yeah, it's questionable. I was just scared for a second. Stream sniping. Oh no, my mathematics is gonna be stream sniped. This is so over. Rupert laughs like an evil villain. I mean, I can see the parallel here. Okay, I'll go finally solve this thing. Let me just open Paint real quick. is gonna set your pi to 4. Evil Rupert be like, I will get a boyfriend, will live with him in Poland. Evil Rupert, today I will do geometry. Do you guys want to see what I do in geometry, like, on the school level stuff? Because we're doing really basic stereometry right now, and it's, like, actually pathetic. It's like a little basics of linear algebra, you could say, over real field. Okay, newly set up the Paint software. The best and the mostly unquestionable without alternative software. Clearly Paint is superior to anything. Do not wish this evil man a girlfriend. He will take over the world. Pi squared equals g is such a golden approximation. I wish you a nice 0 equals minus 25 over 8. When did you get interested in mathematics? I mean, I always liked mathematics overall. It's like, I just started to study it in advance around a year ago. And I also studied a bit like years ago, but then my school program catched up to that, so that doesn't really matter anymore. Okay, I set up Paint. Here it is, the Gory's best software. Sagittarius says, anyways, I got to go since I have silly little things to do. Wishing you Geo. With luck solving this inexplicable shit. Finding a girlfriend. You can try fundamental projective geometry. Rupert, can you doodle? I mean, I could try, yeah? do you guys want to see me doodle? That'd be funny. Imagine just completely batshit insane dude starting to randomly doodle. Like, just completely going haywire while solving mathematics. Can you diddle? No, I cannot diddle. My age is literally not sufficient to diddle like most of the population. Vegetable says, wouldn't mind Rupert taking over the world. Friendly fire would not be tolerated. I would mind Rupert taking over. And Miles says, doodle the integral symbol finding the gamma function symbol. How do we make the integral evil? Need to make the integral evil somehow. I mean... Here's how to pick up a duck. I hope Rupert takes over the world. Red integral. Okay, that would be really evil. Boxing gloves. Insane mathematics doing great work. We're drawing evil integral, chat. This is like a boxing glove. Don't mind my insane skills of drawing. I know that they're really good. Two integral signs together. And the gamma function just... Okay, let's turn it around like this. Okay, gamma function is kind, actually. We're making green. Okay, the kind gamma function. How does it wake up, babe? New integral just dropped. Kind gamma function. How do we make it more kind? Let's draw a shield for it. It's like a shield. Okay. I have finished the suggested drawing of integral gamma function having a beef. Now back to the actual problem. Let E be in an n-dimensional real vector space. Okay, and E1 is okay. Prove that there are precisely two equivalent classes. Rupert killed them. Yes, this is a bit crazy. He killed them. Bet my ass every single one of us are gonna be alone forever. I think you're actually quite correct. Well, you didn't want to declare the winner. I mean, cliffhanger. Well, I'm not putting my finger on anyone, but maybe something red is a little stronger, just saying. Been a long time since I stopped learning mathematics for fun, and now I'm kinda free, so do anyone have any tips on where to start? It entirely depends on the basis that you already have. Like, he could have forgotten everything by now. In E and out E, this might be related to projections. Dude, start with linear algebra. Furthermore, well, bro, I thought we're doing math, not psychology. Insane, huh? Okay. Claire Dune goes hard, It sure does, 2x versus x belongs to y1 and y1 are equivalent of the traits and the jumper there are precisely two equivalent classes. Might seem crazy what I'm about to say, yeah? What are you gonna say, yeah? So it has one dimension less. That's for one. Hey Rupert, can you play Tannhauser Overture? You'd be surprised, people, but I'm actually playing Claire de Lune in live mode. I'm having a piano besides me, and I'm constantly playing it while also streaming and writing something in Paint and doodling. It's all happening at the same time. I'm like, I have 4 arms, like an Indian goddess or something. It's true. Rupert, what's me Brawlhalla? Quiet Rupert has Subway Surfers. Yes, audience retention. At its peak. Okay, so for one, we could begin by just saying that there's a basis for E1, and then say that the basis for E is just extended basis of E1 by one vector, right? Disjoint to E1. Hello, greetings. Bye. What the fuck, Rupert's word Garnadon from Hit Show Leg and Ninjak. This is so stupid, I love this stream already. Why do I have so many Russian people watching? This is actually insane. Like, at this point I could just switch my stream entirely to Russian and I wouldn't lose any viewers. It's actually insane, Like, I wouldn't lose anything at all, but just casually started to speak Russian. Ну вы понимаете. So, yeah. Rejoin your Discord communication. No, is the chat unified enough to just stop commenting and give Rupert food? I'm Belarusian. I see. It is the second coming of Free B1B. I'm not anywhere close to Free Blue 1 Brown. Honestly. Okay, let's go back to this. For one, this is a real vector space. For two, we could define the basis for E1 and then extend it to be a basis of E easily. So that will be probably useful, I would assume. What else could we do about this? Actually, I will go change the music real quick to something else. Clear the Luna is getting stale. What do you guys want? Tell me your music offer for the stream. OVG, hello. Rupert, I told you. Steins Gate OST. You know what? Fair. I'm putting Steins Gate OST on. Let's go with Christina 1 for now. Christina 1 jump scare. I hope you like it, chat. Okay. Back to the problem. There's enough people here to fill an actual classroom. I'm the teacher! I'm a teacher. This teacher sucks. No, why are you telling me that? I'm going to cry about this. Homeless millennium. Chat, I'm hopping off for a sec. Hear my own math to do right now, or get me with a broom imagine. Failing student and teacher get to teaching. Okay, sure. Let's go back to this. For one, let's define the basis for E1 such that wherever x belonging to E1 exists sequence, let's define it as data, such that x equals to... Hey Uber, please teach me how to math properly. Crazy equals genius is fire. Uber, I'm giving you FOMO. Pretty sure drew a trash back into space at work. My chat is having a meltdown in live mode. Need to do something about this. Rupert will become the next black pen, red pen in a few years. I really doubt it, but thanks. Actually, we have a nuance. This is a real vector space. Let's say that data belongs to the real numbers. Rupert will become Eastern European BPRP, yeah? True. Just do some pre-mathing while eating and then math yourself. Okay, so we have written that down. Now, as for E, for every x belonging to... Just go math yourself now. Exists a data belonging to... Or actually, I'm stupid, this is like, what are dimensions and dimensions? Okay. Rn minus 1, Rn, such that x belongs to Godspeed Brothers, not like there's no tomorrow. Okay, so it's kind of simple. My brain is kind of frying because I'm live streaming, so I'm having struggles, like insane ones too. Purely because my brain is not braining. So vectors x belongs to E1 and y belongs to E1 are equivalent to the straight segment. Okay. Do you know Piatkin's grandpa, Gorgorovich? Okay, mathing is so good, absolutely normal on Sundays. I woke up really late, I barely had any food and now I'm streaming. I'm like, you know, the starving student stereotype trying to run the channel. The Trade segment is the joint to E1, so wait, isn't this contradictory considering how E1 is a subspace? Rupert, I'm gonna feed you 5 kilograms of rockets, pure high explosive. Thank you, IO game, this is very appreciated. More nuclear algebra. What is this? You hopped on the funny math guy stream. Graffiti AC, don't stop holding when it grabs. Okay, back to solving problem because I'm kind of yeah. I'm literally teaching a classroom with 26 people right now in live mode. Hooper, do you watch this? From time to time, they do. Okay, is this joint C1? Prove that they are precisely two equal in its classes. When math ranked? That's insane. How do you even rank math? Like, well, yeah, that's an Olympiad, but even Olympiad is kind of like a lame way to approximate your skills and stuff. To be honest. Also, ranked implies that, like, there will be many ranks and you'd need to find out the process that would take less time to evaluate one's skills. Draw protractors at each other. The winner strides to the top. I don't understand any of this. This is... Who does, eh? I mean... IO game. I believe like half of the chat does, at least. Dread. Quiet Trooper. You stink. I don't stink. This is just propaganda. Plain and unfair. Why do I have so many Russian people in the chat? This is crazy. Like... Wait, are you doing math until I get a girlfriend guy? Yes, I am. I am precisely that guy. Belarusian, sorry. Well, yeah, I'm just talking about like the entire, you know, countries that speak Russian. I'm not Russian either, but like my first language is Russian anyways. Hope you don't get your girlfriend until you solve the Riemann hypothesis. This is literally dreaded. I'm not Russian either, I'm like just trying to generalize, you know, countries that speak Russian in general. I get that like not everyone who speaks Russian is Russian. All doors has to be enough for GF since you can just, well... Technically rent one out. No, this is Dreaded. You'll soon say that. I could never. $1 million in this economy and shit though. In this economy. Rent a girlfriend too. Rent a girlfriend too, but DMC solved the Riemann hypothesis and got $1 million for it. Rupero is actually from Sealand. I'm actually from Mars, it's true. I'm a Martian. Open Mongol cat. So he's human. Greetings from Atlantida. With Bongo Cat, he will make an atmosphere for the stream, eh? True, I would do that the next time. This fucker walks up until end, and now we have work and pay taxes. I can't even focus on math. I'm just laughing my ass off reading the chat. I hope you guys don't mind that much. Because this is clearly absolutely fucked up. And I shouldn't do that. Yeah, I love this stream. This stream is amazing. Are you sure, guys? Are you completely sure? Chop Chop, get back to work! Well, for one, I have to find out how would, like, any stuff like that become disjoint. Because the definition of subspace shouldn't allow that to happen to begin with, theoretically. Like, if you think about it, E1 is a subspace, and if it's a subspace, then if you add two vectors that belong to this subspace, they should still land into the subspace. So how could it even be disjoint? So, like, the only way for rows to be disjoint if... I cubed this, that's the thing, well, yeah. Oh no, what the hell, never touch Hosu. Can't concentrate either. Hell yeah. So I have to find out a way how to make it disjoint to E1, because literally by the definition of subspace, anything of this form should, like, you know, work like it does. This doesn't make a lot of sense, purely by the definition of subspace. On the other hand, like, what did the first one even mean? That the question, know that what a vector is, what the hell is a real vector? Real vector space. Real vector space is one defined over the real field. So a vector is whatever structure, but the scalar that it works with is real. Rupert, do you have portraits of famous mathematicians hung up on your wall? I don't, but I want to get some in future. I'm a fanatic of Lebesgue. I want to get a Lebesgue portrait eventually. Rupert is Gordon Freeman? CD Salon. Crazy. They are E1 and... Oh, wait! I didn't realize that. I'm so fucking stupid, I didn't notice that. Okay, I didn't notice that. I don't know why. I'm poor at reading comprehension, I see. Neatly punches the wall and breaks it in the first second. Oh, why they chose the notations. Yeah, I just didn't notice that. That's why I had troubles with this. I, like, literally did not notice that one is superscript and the other is subscript. Okay, so E1 is a set of vectors belongs to E which are not contained in E1. So this is practically the complement of E1. So like the nth component of the vector must be non-zero for all 0 less than t less than 1. René Descartes, yeah, he means René Descartes. Okay, now that I actually notice that this is superscript, I can actually work on this properly. To note by E1 the set of L vectors x belongs to E which are not contained in E1, so that's basically the complement. Define an equivalence relation in E1 as follows: two vectors x belongs to E1 and y belongs to E equivalent to the trace segment which is joined to E1. Play mega modded KSP with a completely random modpack. No errors have shown up yet. Wish me luck. I will not wish you luck, I'm evil. Okay. Twitter x belongs to C1 and y belongs to 1 are equivalent to the trace. Have you not gotten a woman yet? I haven't. I really doubt that I will ever acquire one. Plus, you can't have possession over anyone. that will be literally illegal. Okay, back to work. Need to transform this into the proper thing. Well, for one, I meant girlfriend. I know I was just joking. Okay, so if you were to look at this overall, vectors x and vectors y are gonna be either of this form or of this form. If they're of this form, then it's gonna be disjoint for the most part. If they're gonna be of this form, then, well, they are not necessarily gonna be disjoint. Furthermore, anything of this form should not be disjoint because it belongs to E superscript 1. So overall, we need to find the vectors of this form that would satisfy this equivalence relation. Because again, were to pick a vector of this form and add to another vector of this form, it would be problematic. So we have two cases. Vector of this form plus vector of this form. And another case, two vectors of this form. So let's begin by reviewing the case with two vectors of different forms like this one. Okay, so let's copy paste this, except we're gonna change up the letters a bit. Here instead of A or alpha, I don't know what I even wrote this for. Let's pick B here. And let's apply this equation, you could say. One minus t, and plus, here we grab everything into t. Okay, now we need to show when this is going to be disjoint, or if it even can be disjoint in any manner. A plus bi from optional. Actually, why did I change this to b? Stupid, eh? We're working with the same basis of e1 subscript. I can work with alpha here too. I specifically added this term to use the same basis. As you can see, I'm really stupid when I'm in live mode. Currently solving. I'm getting this from Werner Grab's linear algebra. Graded text in mathematics. And you can give me math questions, but I'm unlikely to actually do them after you give me them. Okay, let's work on this. So, overall, let's begin by clumping the bases together. What we have here is theta alpha minus t theta alpha plus t. Okay, instead of theta, let's take xi here. We need to make them separate. To repeat which algebra book? Werner Grab's linear algebra, gradient text in mathematics. Okay, and now we're closing this and get x alpha plus t xi alpha xt. Okay, now if we were to look at that, this vector is always gonna be in the subspace. This part would make it outside of the subspace, but we can always pick t equals 0 and get something inside of the subspace. Werner Grabbe, yes, precisely. So this is definitely not the case. This is not gonna be disjoint in any way. So let's move on to the another case where we're working with two vectors of this form. Loop or Discord required. Why are people making up some insane claims? Well, it's funny, so I don't mind. Wrong thing pasted. Okay, this one. Here we will change data to C again. Now on stream required, no thanks. Okay, now let's clump in the bases. Actually, I am not even gonna bother. This is always gonna be like in the, you know, funny subspace. We don't care about this part whatsoever. What we do care about is the other part. So what we have here is data.txt. Okay, this is gonna cause a confusion. Were you 1209? Not gonna reveal the secret behind this number, but it's funny. Maybe I will eventually. Okay, now the other part. Hello, Skyman. We own 100k subs. Maybe, I will consider. Now, this is gonna be disjoint if for every t this is this part when we grab xt outside. Okay, if for every t this is gonna be 0, then this part is gonna be disjoint. So let's grab it out and see for what t this is gonna be true. Plus t, ct minus data t equals 0. What's the topic? We're working with the linear algebra. Okay, now we need to show that this is not gonna be 0 for every t. So how do we show that? Well, as long as data t is not 0, that will be true. Actually, no. No. If data t is not equal to 0, then for this to be 0, what we do is we just grab data t here. So essentially this has to match. I mean, let's actually do some algebra on this overall. Let's go back to the simpler statement here. I think we can work with this in an easier manner. Let's grab data t and work with it instead. Say data t 1 minus t plus txt not equal to 0. We're using a mouse. Yes, I am. Why are people trying to research the information behind this? This is literally like a very silly number. Okay, t minus 1 equals txt t and data t equals xt t over t minus 1. Okay, now let's return back. This is not equal, this is not equal. Okay. Now let's work with t over t minus 1. Perhaps. that is given t belongs to this interval. Okay, now let's work with this function. This is gonna be 1 plus 1 over t minus 1. Okay, yeah, now if we're to plug in 0, then there's gonna be 0. Let's call it f of t. F of 0 is gonna be 0. Next, f of 1 is not defined, so we don't work with that. But we're to look at this overall, we get some funny asymptotes. Since we're going from the left, this should ideally have a graph something like this, which is problematic. This means that this is practically decreasing. Let's just take the derivative real quick to confirm that. Okay, well, it's not gonna be here. 1 over t minus 1, to take the derivative of that, we have minus 1 over t minus 1 squared. Okay, the derivative is always going to be negative on this part, so 0 is gonna be the highest value on this interval, what I can see, and it's unbounded, so this expression over here is gonna be lying in the range from 0 to, well, negative infinity. Said it wrongly, from negative infinity to 0, but you get the point overall. Okay, now that we have this figured out, the AD is not going to be equal to that. Oh, hi Cessna. This is the dude I made collab once with. This is going to be true only if data and xi are going to have different signs. So, a data greater than 0 implies xi is less than 0. Data less than 0 implies xi is greater than 0. And both can be equal to 0. Or else this is not going to be a match. So this inequality for every t is going to match only under these conditions, since again this expression lies okay, t over t minus 1 for every t belongs to the interval from minus 0 to minus infinity to 0 included. Okay. And that implies this relation. Again, I'm going a little bit off track, but I'm trying to figure out general relations of this problem. Prove that there are precisely two equivalence classes, and we actually have. This is the first equivalence class, and this is the second equivalence class, because for every data greater than 0, the equivalence class is going to contain the vectors with xi. Okay, wait a second. Yup. Oh no, wait. For every data greater than 0, the equivalence classes are going to contain vectors with xi less than 0, and for data less than 0 is going to contain x's greater than 0. So these are the two equivalence classes. So this is it. What is Gaokao? Can I have context? What is Gaokao? It's Chinese exams. Oh, okay. So, yeah, I have technically showed that there are two equivalence classes in total. It is a simpler problem than I thought. I literally got the solution and then I stared at it for 5 seconds and didn't realize it. Can I explain the 1 plus t over t part? So, we were working with this equivalence relation, and I needed to... Well, the equivalence relation was defined that this is supposed to be disjoint from the e subscript 1, and well, the way I did it is I expressed the basis of e subscript 1 this way, and then said the greater dimensional space is expressed this way. So using that basis plus this vector that did not go into the basis, we extended it to be a basis of greater e. Next, again, I'm taking this equation and I'm plugging in two general vectors. I'm not plugging in two vectors of this form because they're going to be part of E1, so they're not going to be disjoint, they're not going to form equivalence classes. So we had two cases where we have two vectors like this and two vectors like this. So first I reviewed this case, and well, for t equals 0 is going to belong to e subscript 1, subscript 1. So they're not going to be disjoint for any vectors. So the other case is this one. So I just plug stuff in. I didn't care to write this down because it's not important. What is important is this part, because if it's equal to 0, then this is going to be part of e subscript 1, regardless of value here. So what we had to show is that for every t, this is not going to be equal to 0. So I did go ahead and write this down. Then I just did a bunch of simple algebra. Again, mind you, these are real numbers because this is a real vector space. So algebra on this is basically the way you would do it in school. So if data is not equal to 0, then we work with this. And if data is equal to 0, then this is just not gonna be true because we can take t equals 0. Again, we're working on like a general form, working for every t, not just some sort of t. It's for every t that belongs to the range from 0 to 1. So I did a bunch of algebra, and I got this part over here. Then I showed that this t over t minus 1 is gonna be between negative infinity and 0 included for every t. So the only way for this to actually, you know, never be equal for any t is for them to have different signs. So that's when this is gonna be disjoint. This is when it's, well, gonna have equivalence. So there are two cases. This equivalence class, this equivalence class. Is it any better now? I'm actually gonna go switch the music again. Okay guys, your suggestions for music. I am not gonna turn on Serega Pirat. My sincere apology. Someone else, Nima. OFG, hello. You're suggesting that for the second time. Let me see. Oh, I have seen that one. You have sent it. I'm not sure if it's fit for a, like, you know, somewhat chill stream. Oh wait, no, it's not the one I thought it is. Okay, no. I thought it is a different one. This is literally the funny meme music. Okay, so someone asked him, I will not play Surrogate Pirate. I'm sorry, sincerely. I will not. So, any other suggestions in favor of that one? Because I'm just gonna turn on something myself. Then if you don't, because I'm evil, you know, like every evil streamer. I'm the most evil one, though. Okay, I'm turning music myself. You get some Yumatuki. Hangs around the cards on the wall. I know why they chose their annotations. Play mega modded KSP with completely random mod pack. I just realized that I only had top messages enabled. That's such a... Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. I missed so many messages. No, I just realized that. I'm so sorry, guys. Double Rooper theme. Well, you get Yumetuki OST. I hope your guys are satisfied with that. Who the hell called me Math Boy? You're getting banned. Well, not actually, but can he not? Thanks. Math. Is that Yumetuki OST Forgotten Megapolis lower section? Yes, iCube, this is Yumetuki OST Forgotten Megapolis lower section. Okay, I'm gonna grab another problem. Actually, do you guys want to do a Q&A search or sort of stuff or not? No, International Math Olympiad, it is also a geometry one. Do you really think I would be able to solve that? I would suffer, I would die in the process. Math Grandpa. Chat, for your information, I'm like literally 15, Do I have full Putnam? A full Putnam, I don't think I would pull such a feat. I could only do, like, exerts from them. Just do the next problem, that works. Do not stop the grind. Okay, let's grab the next one then. Let's see. So I grab this one, next one is 12. Show that a vector space is not the union of finitely many proper subspaces. Do a complex number problem. Do you want me to open rooting right now? Wait, I think I did this one for a video. Show that a vector space is not the union of finitely many proper subspaces. I think I did it once actually. Let me check. Does anyone remember that actually? I think I did this one for a video. Have to go now. Have a nice day, yo. Thank you for visiting the stream, Rook0189. That is appreciated overall. Okay. I did this one already, I think. I'd have to look into my channel about that. I'm not sure if I actually did that. Load. Okay, not this video for sure. That's when I only began linear algebra. That's week 2, a month ago. Okay, solving math problems with a girlfriend day 15. Maybe this is that one. Chain theorem of tightness. No, okay, this is not this. I'm looking for where I did linear algebra last time. Well, other than the very recent ones. Let's try ECMO by Iman Chen. Yes, you did. Oh my god, someone literally watched every video of mine and remembers that. Sorry for me, oh yes, he found it. It was day 24-25. That's when I did that problem. Okay, so since I did it, I can actually rely on it as like proven theorem, I guess, because the next problem tells me to use like the previous one as a hint. It's funny, like I actually ended up relying on stuff I did in the past. I didn't expect that to ever happen, even on like small cases like this one. So well, apparently I did this on a video before. It was day 24-25. You can look it up. So I'm doing 13 now, and I'm using the problem 12 as basis because it's, well, gives me a hint to use it. Problem 26 in Herstein Topics in Algebra section 2.5. I don't have the textbook, so it would take me a while to actually find it. Oh wait, it's not a textbook, it seems. Okay, Herstein Topics. Let me actually look it up. What is that? Herstein Topics. Algebra. Oh, it is a textbook, okay. I'll check it out later, probably. Bug Beetle. Oh, hi. Long time no see. Apparently I saw this one on the video before already. Bug Beetle. Showing you what you missed, since you have just joined. I did this part. I just laughed around reading chat and, well, that's about it. That's all you missed. I did this one for a video already, so I'm not gonna solve it, but I'm gonna use it since, like, this problem tells me to use it as a hint. I did this in day 24-25. Okay, let E be an n-dimensional vector space. Let f e equals 1 up to k be subspace such that dimension f of e is less than or equal to r, where r is less than n, is a given integer. Show that there is a subspace f subset of e of dimension n minus r, such that f intersection f e is equal to 0. Okay. And use problem 12. Rupert, what textbooks do you recommend to learn and practice math, linear algebra, calculus, anything? So the way I learned, like, initially, the calculus I learned was from OpenStax Calculus. It's good for just plain calculus. If you want to learn analysis, I think Terence Tao has made really good analysis books. I'm reading rooting currently purely as like a challenge to myself, because rooting is notoriously bad for self-study, so never use it for self-study, please, I beg you. For linear algebra, I'm currently reading Bernard Grebe. Wish I could watch but get a make fluid sim for school thing. Oh, okay, good luck with that. And before I got to calculus or really any of the university mathematics, I think I used James Stewart for pre-calc. Try Landau book series. Landau is for physics though. I think I gotta go. I have some homework to do and some kagor to drink. Okay, see you later. Isn't Landau for like theoretical physics? Because I have the entire collection of theoretical physics by Landau, but I don't know if like Landau wrote any other books. Role of analysis by No, the classroom is shrinking. I used to have like around 30 people, now it's only 15. I think they don't like the mathematics I'm doing. Okay, back to the problem. So place f of e of dimension n minus r such that... Okay, n minus r such that... Okay, I see. Well, what we really have to do over here is just show that there's a subspace with like... Okay, I see how it works. So... less than or equal to r. Okay. So... if we were to take subspaces like that, my idea currently is the fact that E has like a what games do you play? Modded Minecraft Rabbit Hole, the advanced stuff like GragTech, so just automation hell. I used to play Scrap Mechanic a lot. Mindustry is a fine game. Let me check my desktop actually. What else do I have? Not much. Zachtronics games are amazing, like TIS-100 or Space Cam. The Talos Principle is a brilliant puzzle game. Ropero manage your server. I'm streaming iCubes. Sorry, not sorry. Wait, I have 173 people on Discord already? This is insane, eh? Okay, anyways, back to this. My idea with this is essentially that E has some basis with the, well, like, we're given the fact that the dimension is n. So if anything is of less dimension, you could extend the basis of it to be the basis of E. And if it includes vectors that don't belong to the basis of the subspace, then it's gonna, well, not be part of the subspace, and then you can go ahead and cut off the vectors that belong to that subspace and get another subspace with another basis, which is, well, not gonna intersect in any way. Okay, so let's begin by saying that for every x belonging to subspace, okay, but the catch is that that holds for every single one like that. Okay, now this is more problematic. It's good to really like go through every single part. You know what, actually? This part is pretty useful. We can take the union of all fi's and get a vector space that is, well, not the initial vector space. Actually, no, it's not even necessarily going to be a vector space. But if we were to union all this stuff, we're still gonna be having a few elements missing in the initial vector space. You can go ahead and grab those elements and do something with them. We just need to show that you can actually make a subspace with those elements. That is the actually problematic part overall. We should play Factorial. True. We should play Turing Complete. I will check it out. So, if some vector belongs to some part, then it's gonna be able to be expressed with the basis, and then what we can do is we're gonna grab a few vectors. Okay, no, this is getting sketchy. Not sure if that's gonna work out. Factor like factor. Yellow. Oh no. The Factorial brain rot is hitting you, chat. Okay, so my current idea is still the fact that if we were gonna to unionize every part of Fi, then it's gonna form a set that does not contain every element of the E. But it's still a problem, a really big one too, because is there really a way to guarantee there is a subspace outside of well, the set entirely? This seems really sketchy. And also dimension n minus r. No, I can like definitely see what could be reference in a way, I guess. For one, this begs the question of whether if we were to sum all of this subspaces, whether it's gonna result in E or not. It could result in E, for all we know. Like, who the hell knows? We could take the complement of every single of Fe, right? This is not prohibited in any way, yeah? This could actually... Okay, no, I think I have gotten an idea to take every single complement and then we could theoretically get an intersection of all those complements, right? I think I got an idea. Okay, yes, I definitely got an idea, so let's define the... for every f of I exists, let's call this gi such that E is equal to the direct sum of those two subspaces. Okay, now if the dimension of f of E is some number, then well, the dimension of g of I is gonna be n minus that number. So dimension g of E is gonna be n minus the dimension of Fe. Okay, subspace like subspace. I cubes. Seriously, I feel like my chat is having a mental breakdown. Now what we can do is we're gonna take the union of all gi, yeah? We start with I equals 1 and with k. This is not the union, the intersection, I mean. Gi, yeah? Okay, yeah. Now the dimension of the intersection, we're to take an intersection of any two subspaces, this is gonna be a subspace of every single of g of I, and the subspaces will have the dimension less than of, well, dimension of the lowest g of I. Dimension of f of e is less than r. Dimension f of e less than r. Then we can subtract dimension of f of e from both sides and r from both sides. Minus r less than minus dimension of f of I. Next we're gonna add n to both sides. And minus r less than dimension of g of I. Okay, and dimension of g of I is greater than n minus r. Okay, if we were to return to this, less than or equal to, okay, I'm stupid. This, 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 and this. Dimension of n minus, okay, I see. Less than dimension that is greater than n minus r. Okay, yeah. This is not particularly helpful at all. Well, for one, we know this part now. And now the question is whether there's a dimension to be... Wait, no, but like... Okay, if it's a dimension that is greater than n minus r, I can just like... remove part of the basis, and that's it. That will work, theoretically. So we can practically remove it partially. Show that there is dimension, and show that there is a subspace of this dimension such that f intersect of f of I is equal to 0. This intersection needs to somehow be of dimension n minus r. And yeah, this is not gonna be easy. Let me think for a second. I'm gonna genuinely try. The point of which of g of I is that it's gonna intersect with the f of I only in 0, so we're to intersect every single one, and it's gonna intersect with every y only at 0. But there comes the issue that the dimension of this is gonna be less than every dimension of g of I. So there's gonna be like less than or equal to n minus r. Now we need to show that it's equal to n minus r somehow. At least in some cases. This is problematic overall. Show that the vector space is not the union of finitely many proper subspaces. This is not helpful. And use problem 12. This is not helpful to me at all. I'm stuck, I think. Well, okay, if we were to union this f of I, then it's never gonna be, well, another subspace. Or really a space. Okay, it's not gonna be E, that's for sure. And there are also a bunch of caveats regarding just unionizing any subspaces. I'm having a brain fry. Do you guys have any ideas? I'm asking for help from the chat right now. Because I have the possibility to. This is not a video. Solve problem 12. I already solved problem 12. It was solved in day 24-25. I don't want to repeat it. You can look it up on my channel. No, I don't understand half the problem. I'm sorry. Solve problem 14 instead. Let me check if there is even one. I'm not sure if there is like problem number 14. There is no problem number 14. 13 is the last one. I don't know about this one, Chief. Most advanced thing I know is the quadratic formula. No, I'm all alone on this one, I guess. N-dimensional vector space, be subspace such that... Okay, use problem 12. Is there a span of something we can take? You know what? This one, Chief, most of us know is 1 + 1 = 2. I'm kind of stumped too. Like, I thought that when I thought about using complementary subspaces, I was actually heading somewhere, because if we intersect stuff, then, well, this is going to be precisely the subspace we were searching for, but it's of a dimension that's less than or equal to n minus r. It might be less than that, so it's a problem. Need to show that the intersection is going to be of like the same dimension. Subspace like subspace. I keep the okay. No? Okay, I'm sorry for you. It asks me to use the problem 12 too, which is like questionable at best. What level of math is this? This is literally like first course of university, not even anything that advanced. This is just abstract algebra. Well, abstract linear algebra. Actually, no, I'm not sure if this is actually even first course of university, because I'm fairly certain that units cover linear algebra only over like real vectors. Real vector spaces and vectors that are tuples of real numbers. Fairly certain that first course of uni only covered that, so yeah. And the textbooks I'm using is saying, does your classmate know your channel? No. I would die of embarrassment. Span of the complement of the union of the Fi, yeah? I have no clue what the hell is span. May I ask what topic it is? This is linear algebra. Will actually be second year to third year of uni where I'm from. Oh. Okay, I'm actually stumped. This might be the most boring stream you have ever seen. I don't know why you're still watching me just struggle with this. May I ask what topic this? This is linear algebra. Not over necessarily. Hello, what did I miss? Not a lot. Not a lot at all. I'm trying to work this out. It's fun, huh? I'm glad this is fun, huh? The thinking process is fascinating. No Subway Surfers in the corner, this is too boring. I'm sorry, I kept it. I will make sure to add a bunch of people, I don't know, just juggling around balls and riding a unicycle just for you. Just for you. Are you a math major, perhaps? I'm still in high school. Yeah, precisely, I'm a math minor. Forcefully making her pro play with GDH for 40 days straight instead of getting a girlfriend. You know, maybe I will make a shitpost channel where I would stream more Surface Knowledge stuff like, you know, gaming or just talking streams and reacting or stuff. Because I'm not gonna... what do you assume you're gonna go for a math major soon after high school? No. Math major is not really gonna, well, result in anything that I could actually pay for a living with. So, like, I'm probably going for engineering of some sort, not sure where exactly, probably civil or aerospace, if I can actually pull that. Do you participate in math Olympiads? Yeah, I won a bunch actually before. Not anything like famous, but yeah. Certain engineer would require me to go for particle physics. I'm not sure if I want to, because there's a low chance that I would actually end up there. Like, I don't really think I would be able to enter CERN. Like, National Olympiad, yes, that sort of stuff. Not like... I didn't win a national one before, but I won a regional one. Once. I could go for the national one, but I, like, literally didn't feel like it because of the place of where it was located. Okay, back to the actual problem. The hand tells me to use problem number 12. Not sure how it's gonna help. Because this literally just implies that, well, it doesn't imply anything because union of much of subspace is not necessarily another subspace. It could be just, you know, broken jagged SAS, so it doesn't seem that useful. If it did form a subspace, like, I could then take the complement. Or do something like that. That would be nice. Actually, guys, should I, like, later on, should I record the video about this problem? I mean, I literally solved it on stream already, so I'm not sure if I should even roll it out, but yeah, that might be interesting. I could try to make it look a bit better, too, before actually showing it. Well, tells us will we have elements left over in E when we take the union of Fi, and the idea may be form subspace with them. Yes, but it's a problem because how do we guarantee that we can form a subspace with them? Like, if say f of I actually form the subspace that is just not equal to E, then we could take the complement and it would be easy, right? But can we really guarantee that we can form a subspace with them or not? Especially with really specific dimension. I mean, we could also show that we can, like, get a subspace of a dimension higher than n minus r and then, like, cut it out somehow. You know what, actually? We could use some inequalities related to that. I kind of forgot about them for some reason. I'm stupid, okay? I'm sorry for that. And there are a bunch of useful inequalities related to dimension, not only inequalities, but also, well, outright equalities. What book are you using to do this? This is Werner Grubb's linear algebra. Gradients, text in mathematics. Let me give you the cover so you can find it easily. This is how it looks like. Ask ChatGPT or DeepSeek at this point. This is not interesting to do. I'm not going to do that. So if we were to look at this intersection, then, well, we can try to do this iteratively and apply the equality that the sum of two dimensions, no, like the sum of dimensions of two subspaces, let's call them Q1 and Q2, is gonna be equal to the dimension of their sum in the engineering class. I learned linear algebra in past, but it didn't solve such a problem. I felt stupid. It's because this is abstract linear algebra. We're not working with real numbers. That's why. I'm not gonna lie, I'm about to finish linear algebra and I did not even touch a problem like this. That's because you're working with a more specific field of linear algebra. So it's very abstract, and this is like made for people who have a bachelor degree, according to the cover of the textbook. It says gradient text in mathematics. Gradient. So intersection of Q1 with Q2. This is a known equality. Okay, now we could try applying this to this intersection hell that we have going on. We could try to apply it in like iterative way, I guess. Okay, now let's actually go ahead and try that. For one, we have this part that is known. We need to apply this iteratively somehow. Dimension of the intersection is what we're looking for, so let's move this to the other side of the equation. I'm probably overcomplicating stuff. There's probably an easier way to do this. Okay, now we need to apply this iteratively somehow. Let's think about it. Every dimension here is gonna be, well, we're working with g of I, yeah? Which is greater than or equal to n minus r. So, 2 n minus 2r plus some k minus, now we need to figure out the dimension of the sum somehow. And for that, what would be useful to know is if when do you think it will end? Maybe in a few years. I feel like I'm missing something. If x, y not in the union of I just found that there are some may be. Some idea fails. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The union is not gonna be necessarily a subspace. That's the issue here. So since the union is not necessarily a subspace, we don't know if we can even form a subspace over like the rest of the E. I'm just like, you know, desperately trying to find relations here right now. Actually, guys, do you want to hear some other music right now? I could change it. It has been a while. I should turn something else on. What do you think, guys? Let me see what I have for you. Moxie jump scare. Okay, back to the problem. So let's think collectively. I have 13 people on stream. Someone should know how to solve this. At least a single person. Okay, guys, I have to go to lunch. Bye, Rockstar. It was nice to meet you. Okay, this is problematic to like generally. Such that intersection of f with fi is equal to 0. This is gonna be a problem. I'll probably come back later, this stream is still going. Sure, no worries. What I'm thinking about is going from like the end towards the start instead. Like, well, for one, again, this is a proof problem. We could go ahead and try to prove it by contradiction instead. Say that there is no such subspace. Because like we don't necessarily have to derive it. We can just derive that it can't be not true. That will work too. So if okay, so let's go from opposite. That will imply that there is no such subspace of dimensions n minus r such that intersection of it with f of I for every f of I is equal to 0. So there are some f of I, intersection of which with this one is gonna be non-zero for every single subspace. Then we can do what? That's a good question. What can we actually do about that, even? It has some intersection that's non-zero. Showing that problem 12 is wrong, maybe. That's what I'm trying to do overall. If intersection with some f of I is equal to... Okay, if it's not gonna be 0 with some of f of I, then we can go ahead and generalize this by just getting a union of every f of I, have an intersection of it with this subspace f, and it's always not gonna be 0. And what else can we do about that? Let me think. Okay, and an intersection is always supposed to be another subspace. Is important part. So after we intersect, it's supposed to be a subspace always. And again, we're taking the union of I, yeah? Okay, but f of I is not necessarily a subspace. When I'm going through contradiction. We need to show that such an intersection would form a subspace, and then it will be a contradiction. Okay, that works, I think. Actually, not necessarily. Yeah, I could easily pick set that isn't the subspace, but upon intersecting with another subspace, it's gonna be a subspace, so this does not work, but I think I'm heading in the correct direction. Okay, now I would struggle over this problem a bit more, but this is a stream, and I don't want to, like, you know, hold you guys on this for too long, because I'm trying to be an engaging person. So I might come back to this later. If I ever solve this, I will make a video out of it, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm spending too much time on this for a stream. For how long have I been streaming now? Let me see. It's been 1 hour and 45 minutes. No, I think I'll wrap up with this. It's been a lot of time. Like, actually. So I'm thinking I'm gonna wrap up with the stream overall. It's sad that we didn't solve problem number 13. I might do a video out of it, so it's not the end, but it's the end of stream. I'm wrapping up because it's been almost 2 hours. Not sure if I want to continue. I hope you liked the stream, if you're like even watch this overall and didn't just put it in the background. So any propositions for the next stream if it ever happens? What we could do other than solve problems? I'm also thinking of like creating a shitpost channel for stuff that is not necessarily tied to mathematics. So what do you say, guys? Okay, I think I'm getting ghosted by my own chat. This is tragic. I'm getting ghosted by my own chat. This is a failure. Complete one too. Thank you for the stream, Oh, no, thank you for joining, actually. So, yeah, I'm wrapping up currently. I'm gonna end within the next minutes. So, if you guys have any propositions, it's about the time to say it. And also, yeah, join the Discord server if you want to. And the link is in the description. It has, let me see how many members it actually has. It's been a good stream, and thank you, Natalie. Apparently we have 176 people. That's a lot. I'm glad people like the stream, I was fearing that it would go worse by a factor, but it's not that bad actually, I think. I mean, I couldn't solve this problem, that's for one, so it was kind of humiliating in a way, yeah, but I'm not a powerful person. Whenever I record a video, I usually take a lot of, like, takes, you know? I don't do stuff from the first try. I often spend a lot of time trying to solve stuff and then I record about it. It would look weird if my video lasted like, you know, a few hours. It's not always like that, but yeah, I'm not that good at mathematics as people sometimes think I am, or attribute to me. I'm like a regular person, just like you people. So, what time is it right now? We have been streaming for 1 hour and 49 minutes. I'm planning to wrap up right now. Just saying, you know, afterwards, after actually like spending a lot of time there. So yeah, as you can see, life process of my thinking. I was kind of stumped by just you know, doing it, voicing it out and stuff. My brain kind of freeze, but overall this is approximately how it typically goes when I'm trying to record a video. Whenever I'm trying to solve stuff, you have seen the thought process, or maybe not very well, you know, transmitted to you. But that's about it. You have seen how it works, how it actually happens for me. I hope you actually, well, enjoy the stream. I'm saying this for like 7th time right now, but I generally don't know what to say else other than that. You can drop suggestions for music used to use on streams and video in my Discord channel related to that. You could also suggest math problems both for streams and videos. And yeah, you can join the Discord too overall. It's a cool place, I think. Now I can actually finish after I said everything I wanted to. So bye guys. It was nice to meet ya.